Hey guys, this is Axeman Ant, and patch just dropped recently for Naval Action, so I'm going to talk through that. I'm going to put a little bit of gameplay footage in this video and just talk over it so you don't have to see my ugly mug the whole time. But we're going to talk through what's new in the game, like a few bug fixes and stuff like that. We'll decipher it. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is patch 9.63. The devs are calling it the Iron Crisis. We'll talk about what the Iron Crisis is later on in the video. But I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to work my way down, looking at the patch note now. So we're going to start with what's new. Chat now tries to reconnect you if you lost the connection to the chat servers. So if you've ever been playing the game, you've been chatting away or whatever, then everything's gone quiet. It's because you lost your connection to the chat servers, basically. That's been fixed now, so you can reconnect to the chat servers. So now there should not be any more awkward silences if that's ever happened to you. Empty messages now do not affect spam filters. Obviously, I didn't really know that they did affect the spam filters. I don't know if there's been like people sending empty messages by accident, and maybe they've been reprimanded by the spam filters or something. I don't know, but that's been sorted now. Attacking a friendly now has several warning windows to reduce accidental piracy acts. So if you're like, let's say if you're a Great Britain player, right, and you're trying to look at whoever you're sailing with, and it's like another British player, and you accidentally click on attack, it usually brings up attacking this player will be an act of piracy and you'll be a pirate. And then I guess some people have been accidentally clicking attack again. As if like one warning wasn't enough, so now you get extra warnings to stop that being a thing. Accidental clicking in this game, it does happen. It happens in every game, but people need more than one. Surely once you say that, oh, you're going to become a pirate if you do this, you be a bit more careful with your mouse. Whatever. That's been added. Missions can right. I really like this one. Missions can only be joined by your group members and enemies of your nation. We will continue to update rules of engagements going forward, affecting timers, reinforcements, and battle pool. I love this, right? What this means is, when I'm doing missions, and like I'm joining missions that are maybe a level or two above what I am, and I'm fighting a ship that's maybe a little bit more powerful than me, I want to do that. I want to fight that ship. If I want to sink that ship, I don't want 3 or 4 other people joining my mission and coming in and be like, oh, let's capture this ship, and I'm like, no, I want to sink it. Or maybe I want to capture it and they want to sink it, and it's really, really annoying and frustrating. And like, you can't tell people, oh, actually, can I just do this by myself? Because it takes 3 years for them to turn around and 3 years for them to bugger off and get out the bloody instance. And I really like this. It's really good. It's what's needed. So now, if you want to do missions with other people and you want to like do it as a group, then you've got to be in a group, and that means there's going to be more like sort of little groups going around, and that's always good. I like that. That's a good one. Group invite, right, moving on. Group invite will now notify if the player declined your request. So usually you just be like, well, did they accept or did they not accept? And then you'd send them another invite, or did you get my invite? And now it'll actually tell you if that request has been denied. Denied! So let's have a look at bug fixes. Rear is now properly called Yard. Now that's to do with, in some upgrades, like, you know how you've got your masts on your ship, right? And you've got the cross beams. Well, they're called yard arms, right? Or yards. In certain text in boxes, like in upgrades, if you're like trying to increase the speed at which the yard arms turn when you like doing manual sails, it said rear instead of yard, and now they actually say yards. So I don't know if rear is like maybe a Ukrainian name, a Ukrainian word that hadn't been translated yet. I'm not sure, but that's now been fixed. Several synchronization bugs fixed in relation to ship and player states. Now, not fully 100% on what this is, but I think it is certain things have been happening in the server, and that hasn't registered. Certain things have happened to your ship, and then the server thinks that your ship's something else when it's not, like a certain amount of damage, or whether it's got carronades or whatever. Not 100% sure. I do believe it is a server/netcode issue, but I'm not sure. If anyone does know, please leave it in the comments and let us know. Fix bug with locking controls when connecting to chat. So Obviously, there's been a bug where like the controls have locked out when you connect into chat, which has been annoying and has happened to me. Fixed bug with locking controls when switching instances. Again, that's another control locking issue when you're switching instances, like say between open world and battle instances or whatever. So that's been fixed, which is good. Fixed stacking bug causing lost resources if the stack is bigger than 10,000. So there's obviously been a bug, and I've never had resources that have been over 10,000. But there's obviously been a bug causing people to lose resources when they've had more than 10,000 of that resource. Now that's a good fix. If anyone's got that much of a resource and they've lost anything like that, that's really important for them. Moving on, this section is tunings, so things that have been tweaked and adjusted. So the top one is, kill will be granted only if enemy ship is sufficiently damaged to sink her. I didn't know a kill was granted if you didn't sink them, but apparently that has been the case, and that is now sorted. Kill XP now awards 80% of the battle rating to the person who delivered max damage, which is a 3 times increase, right? So 80% of the battle rating to the person who so if you do the most damage to a ship, you're going to get 80% of the battle rating of that ship as kill XP, right? Assist XP now awards... Hang on, that's not worded very well. Assist XP now awards 50% of the ship battle rating, which is a 2 times increase. So if you get an assist, it's exactly the same as what I said before, but it's a you get less for an assist, but it's still an increase. So fighting gives more XP now, basically, or fighting and winning anyway. PvP bonuses increased from 150% to 200% to promote more PvP activities, which is good, because I play on a PvP server, and honestly sometimes there just isn't enough PvP. I mean, you got port battles, and there tends to be a lot of PvP in port battles, but other than that, unless like you stumble across an enemy like out in the middle of nowhere, and you very rarely do, really, unless you're actively looking for them. So that's good. I mean, that might encourage people to like go out and actually find each other to have a fight. That'd be nice. I'm always up for a scrap. Small battle events XP reduced by 50% to compensate significant increases in PvP XP. Right, so for all you people that sit in port and wait for like the next small battle, because PvP bonuses have been increased, the small battle events XP has been reduced to sort of balance that out, so you can't just do small battles over and over and over and over again to get up to max level like quicker than the rest of us. Friendly kill penalties increased 10 times. So the penalties for green on green kills has been increased 10 times. So hopefully that'll reduce any friendly fire incidents. You know, some people have been griefing like that, and, so that's good. Now, the iron ore crisis. Most people do know. Well, most people that want to get into crafting know what the iron crisis is, and what that is to craft ships. One of the things you need is iron, right? And it can be tricky to get. And when the Steam release happened and a bunch of other people began, like traffic in the server has increased massively. Things went produce wasn't like port production wasn't increased enough for the increase of players, right? And so a bunch of people found that every time the server maintenance cycle is complete, resources in a port is reset, right? And then people a group of people have been jumping on as soon as the server's finished its maintenance, right? They'll be jumping on, going around everywhere as quick as they can and buying up all the iron ore. So no one else can get any iron ore, no one else can craft any ships. They've sort of been getting a monopoly on iron, right? So they can craft, and eventually they'll get up to the point where you can only get third, second and first rates off those players, because you can't buy victories off the computer or off the server itself. You've got to buy it off players, right? So, and if they've got a monopoly on it, they, you know, monopolies are bad, basically, right? So there's a few fixes in this patch that are designed to sort of sort that out a little bit. Whether it's going to work, we'll see, right? So iron ore now produces 2 times more ingots, right? Well, if people are going around and buying up all the iron ore to make iron ingots to make ships out of, so no one else can, they're just going to be able to make more ingots to make more ships. Anyway, to not affect the prices of other items, all prices increased. Price per ingot will stay the same. I'm going to read that again because that didn't sound right at all in my head. Iron ore now produces 2 times more ingots, which is a 100% increase. To not affect the prices of other items, all prices increased. Right, I think there's like a translation issue here, or a grammar issue. To not affect the prices of other items, all prices have been... So it costs more to buy ore now. Price per ingot will stay the same. So if you find ingots to buy, they'll be the same price as they always were. If you find ore to buy, that'll be more expensive. Right, we've got our heads around that. It must be translation and grammar issues there. It's not, English isn't their native language, isn't the designated native language, so we've got to let them off. Iron ore production increased by 2, so any port that produces iron ore will now produce twice as much iron ore, which means there's twice as much iron for people to go around and buy. Before anyone else gets a chance to. Carriage blueprints now produce more carriages. That's stuff like that you need, or a crafting blueprint that you need for building ships. Large is a double X, or has doubled. Medium has tripled, and small blueprints have quadrupled. If you craft, you know what I'm talking about. These changes will dramatically reduce the iron/oak logs requirements in production of ships and other manufacturing goods. Right. So now, I hope it helps, right? Because crafting is one thing I want to get into. I want to make videos on crafting. But I can't make videos on crafting ships right now because I can't get any iron ore, and I can't be on the servers all the time, and I can't plan my time around playing naval action, right? I've got to plan playing naval action around the other things I do, right? So I can't get on the server in time sometimes, or like just after its maintenance cycle, so that I can get some iron ore. It's a bit tricky. So if I can get some iron ore, if this helps fix certain things, and I can start doing some crafting stuff and crafting videos, then I'll be well happy. We'll see though, we'll see. And there's 2 other fixes down at the bottom here. Low and mid-ranked bots have lost upgrades for speed and turning, so any low or mid-ranked NPCs now won't have speed and turning upgrades on their ships. I guess that's to stop them being so fast and turning, and I think the NPCs are a little bit sort of, I don't know, unbalanced at the minute. Need a little bit of tweaking, but that's just my opinion. Bots cannot disengage from boarding. Wow. Wow, that's good. That's awesome. One of the annoying thing was, if you started a boarding action against like an NPC, say you found a nice frigate, right, and you want to capture it, and you take its sails out, or you push it into the wind, slow it down, you board, right, and you're fighting, and let's say you're on another similar size ship, you've both got a lot of crew, right? It takes a while to kill the crew down, and then the NPC can just disengage, and then 4 turns later in the minigame, that's it, and then you've got to chase them down again, slow them down. You've got a minute cooldown on your grapples, so it's not like you can instantly restart the boarding. So now that bots can't do that, that's going to make capturing NPC ships a lot easier, which is always good. So that's it. That's patch 9.63, the Iron Crisis. It's a good patch. I think a few things have been addressed in this patch. Whether they're fully going to be fixed because of this patch, because I haven't played the game on 9.63 yet. We'll find out. I hope so. So thanks for watching, guys. If this video helped you out, leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-da, guys.